Welcome back, guys. This time we are about to go ahead and try and fix this radio. This is a CCC radio from a BMW E60. It's the same on the E90, E91, 92, E93, E60, E61, as long as you have professional navigation, which is the 16:9 a screen, and these two slots here, one for the CD player, the other one for the navigation, right there in DVD. Okay, so first step, we are going to remove the bottom side here with this key, which is T9. So let's go ahead and start removing these bolts, all of these. These. Like that, and like so. Okay, so let me just turn it around. There we go, like this. Let's put it to the side. Now the area we want to work is this one, right here. We have to reflow a few parts on the other side as well, so we have to remove this board from the radio itself. This is the problem board. Nothing else needs to be done except this part. So for this we have to remove all these plugs right here, and all these bolts, these ones, this one, that one, and this one, and these two. You don't have to remove these. These are just holding the plug in place, so it comes all together. So for this one, you remove the bolts, and you just pull it up, like so. Now the other ones, remember where the longer ones are, or like this one, it's longer. This one is longer as well. All the other ones are short screws, like so. Also this one. Black screws in the middle, silver screws on the sides along the edge, except the one holding this part in place, which is black as well. Okay, like so. Now we are going to remove these ribbons here. What I like to do is to get something sharp, well, sharper than this, but this one works as well. Put your finger just to make a lever, like so, like that. And the last one of these flat ribbons, it's this one, like that and like that. Okay, so as you can see, we can remove it now. These and this. This one is basically the same, but it comes with the plug. The red plug comes with it, like so and like so. Okay. Now you want to be careful when lifting this up, because you have here two optical fibers that are attached to the plug here, and you have to remove this. And to remove this, I'm going to use maybe this one. Let me see. No, this one is too big. Let me get a flathead screwdriver, like this one. Like this one, a small screwdriver. And you put it underneath in the slot there, and it just goes in. going to go ahead and lift this up. This is attached to the bottom by a really large plug, like so, like that. Okay. Underneath here you have another two more. I cannot show you right now, but you have to remove it. It's pretty simple, straightforward, nothing to it. Like this. And now like that. Okay. So go in. Okay, so now we have all the things we need right here. Okay, so you have this ribbon, which this is assembled like this, and then all you have to do is lift this little tab right here and the ribbon will come right off. This plug, which plugs right there, and as you can see, when this is in place, you put the screwdriver underneath to click this tab here, and then on the other side you'll lift this a little bit and you have this lock. Just do it like that and the plug comes right off. Okay, so now we don't need this part anymore for now. Let me just put it away. So this is what we have to work with. So now what I like to do is to mark the plus side, and for that I'm going to use just a little bit of like that, a little bit of some paint, or you can put some tape, something like that, just to mark which is which. So now we are going to remove it, as you can see here. Okay, so this turns just a little bit of pressure, not too much, you know, turn it like 45 degrees anti-clockwise, comes right off. On this side I believe it's the opposite. No, it's the same. 45, let me see, 45 degrees. Okay, so on this side it's the opposite, like this. No, actually it's not. It doesn't want to move. Is this pin glued in place? Just try it and I'll okay, so it's moving this way. 45 clockwise, comes right off. This is the optical fiber. It's very important for all the communications in the car. As you can see, this is output, this is the input for the modules of the car. So what you want to be doing at this point is quite simple. But you have to be careful, of course, because if you overheat the board, there's a risk that the parts on the other side of the board will start falling off. You don't want that. So first off, I'm going to put some flux here. I'm going to be using this JBC welding solder something, what it is, specially for SMT and rework, water-based, non-conductive residues, non-corrosive, clean with water, non-flammable. So this flux I found works the best for me. Hopefully it doesn't have to be JBC, you can get some other flux that works okay for you. I especially like this one for it's really easy to clean, and the main reason is that I could get it in my living city or area. So first off, we're going to put some of this all around it, just to make sure it goes under, like so. The heat will eventually start to pull the flux in to the solder. Okay, so now I'm going to be using my heat gun with the I don't know the settings yet. Let me just check on the machine how it is, like so. So now, like this. So I have it set to 300 and just reduce this a bit. Okay, so 370 degrees. This is Celsius. For you guys in the States or in England, you have to convert this in Fahrenheit. I really don't know what it adds up, but you want to hear the flux bubbling. Like I said before, please be careful with the amount of heat that you put on these plates, on these boards, because you don't want to be desoldering the other side there. You want to heat it enough so it reflows back into place. You don't want to touch it while it's hot, because if you touch it, if you bump it, it might take everything out of alignment. So I can hear some little noises. I believe it's the solder working its way to its corresponding pin. Okay. So I'm going to let it cool off for a bit. I'm gonna pause the video right now until it cools off enough so I can add a little bit more flux, and after that we'll be right back. Okay, so I've waited enough for it to cool off. I'm going to add a little bit more flux and repeat the process, because I want to leave to cool a little bit so the board doesn't get too hot, and I won't risk it desoldering the other side of this board, which is, pretty obvious. The other side is hanging. You want to put this in a flat surface, don't forget that, this is important. Again, let's just apply some heat, localize. Try to keep the heat on top of this processor. So you won't pass as much heat to the board itself. about enough. Okay, so on top here it's 150. I believe I'm going to give it a little bit more, but a little bit hotter. Let me just put it to 400. Okay, so now we are at 400 degrees. Let's try and heat. Sometimes it's better if you put a little bit more heat, because you can do the work faster and avoid to transfer too much heat on the board again. And that's the main reason why we remove the fibers, the optical fiber, so we don't melt it. Okay. Perfect. Like that. 171 on top here, which is perfect. So now I'm going to let it cool a bit to make sure that when I flip the board it won't fall off, and we'll go from there. But again, let me just wait for this to cool. I'll be moving it while it's still at maybe 60 degrees Celsius. I'm going to be checking with my laser gun. It's at 97, 95. It's coming down real fast, so we'll be back in a second. Okay, so now this is cool enough so that I can touch it. It's more or less at 50 degrees Celsius. So we are going to go ahead and turn it upside down, and we'll go to this place here. You have to, don't forget, you have to have this as aligned, as horizontal as possible, because if it's not, okay, so like this is perfect. So now the ones we are going to be working on now, it's these ones, these six pieces here. So let's go ahead and apply the flux. Be generous on the flux. The more flux you have, the best chance is that you can reflow this all around it. Yes. If you like, you can also do it like this to force it in. Okay, so let's see how it goes. I'm going to try to put it in the horizontal plane again, like so. So again, heat gun, it's working. Okay, so these are they are thinner. Okay, these are thinner, so it goes through them a lot faster. And now the last one, it's going to be this one. Okay, a lot of flux. Like so. Sorry about this, guys. I got a phone call and I had to take it. So as we are going to do this one. This one is thin as well, so no need to heat it too much because the heat goes right through it. I can see the flux bubbling already. This one is quite easy to do. Okay. Yeah, it's about there. So yeah, now guys, next step, we want to clean everything. Not that this flux needs it, but still I like to clean it. And then we have to go and reinstall it in the car. So what happens with these cars is that, as you can see, it's assembled like this on the radio, but it's when you put the radio on the car, it's like this. And the problem is that these radios, they get too hot all the time. If you don't use your navigation, please remove the DVD from the drive. That creates heat as well. Make sure the fan on the back of the radio is working. The problem is that these are hanging like that, turning upside down, and all the heat cycles. It gets warm, it gets cold, and it starts to pull gently on the on this part itself. That's why you start to have these problems, like in the morning the radio perhaps might work okay, after it heats up, it turns off, or you get locked with the BMW logo on the screen and nothing else happens, or sometimes there's some lines, vertical lines on the screen. So this fixes it. And sometimes the best thing, what I like to do, especially if you live in a country that it's hot, what I like to do is to come here, remove this plug from here. You have 3 wires, and on those 3 wires you want to use the red one and the black one. Forget the yellow one, because this is for variable speed. You don't need that. What you're going to do is you're going to get from this plug, you are going to get the ignition switched positive and the negative as well, and you're going to connect the fan directly to it. What this means is that the fan will be running all the time when the radio is on, which is the best option. Even though if it's not warm, it doesn't matter. You won't hear it. It's buried under the dash, and even so, if you turn the radio on, that means that you want to listen to some music. So with the music and everything, you will not hear this, and it keeps the radio from getting overheated. But please make sure this works. And after that, if you live in a hot country, just connect this directly to to the power from the switch, switched power. So every time you turn the car, the radio comes on, this fan comes on. Okay, so now, and if you do this, your radio after the fix will work until you sell the car, or you junk the car or whatever. It will outlive the car if you do this. Anyway, so now it's time to put it all back together. So, as you recall, we have to put these ones first, and this one was like this. There's these there's two little tabs here on the side, and if I recall correctly, it was about 45 degrees clockwise, this one. So it means that now I'm going to have to rotate it anti-clockwise to fix it in place, like so. And this one was the opposite. This is the positive, I marked it there. This one, it's going to be 45, more or less. Let's see if, yep, like that. Like that. So it's in place. We have to unlock this. Now let's put it back together. Okay. So first off, you want to make sure that these, just get the tweezers, okay, that these are up, this. Okay, so now, I'm sorry guys, this is impossible to show you in video, but it's pretty self-explanatory to do this. Now the worst part is these ribbons here. As we can see it, I can see it, so it's impossible to film it. Okay, I believe that's it. This one, the red one, it's supposed to be easier. Like so. Okay, so I guess that's pretty much it. So I'm going to show you, like so. As you can see, there's where the optical fiber goes in. You have to go through there and push it in, and then lock the tab on top here. And these ones, you just put it in, lock this tab as well. This one is just, just push it in and it locks itself. After that, you have to tuck these away underneath this aluminum cover here, because you are going to need to put these, let me see, this connector, it has to go to this connector right there. Sorry guys. So that's it guys, so pretty simple, straightforward, nothing to it. The assemble is the reverse of the disassembly. That's I cut this video because it was getting really long. So now, as soon, I don't have a car here to test this, but I'm pretty sure it works. As soon as I have an E60 or E61 or E90, something in the shop, I'll remove the original radio and fit this one, and yeah, I'll make a video about that. Now I'm just going to brand on the aluminum chassis. I'm going to put my mark with date on it, so I know this is the radio I've built. I can put here a little mark on the bolt on the other side. This. Like this mark right here. And I'm going to put another one in there like that. So okay guys, so hopefully this helps someone. I'm pretty sure it will, because these radios are known to have this problem. So if you don't succeed the first time, remember, it's you rather have little steps and try and get a little warmer and a little warmer than to just melt the damn radio or lose the parts on the back side of the board while you're hitting on the upside. So just, you know, take baby steps until you get the feel for it. This is really simple to fix. Be careful with the fiber optics, the two cables there. Other than that, there's no reason why you shouldn't do it. Okay guys, so please, if you enjoyed this, please subscribe, put some like on the comments there, or give me some comments, push the like button, and yeah, so I'll see you next time, probably and hopefully with a nice project like this one. Okay, so see you next time guys, bye.